Okay, here we are back in Legend of Heroes, and it is time to do our victory lap. And basically, we just need to tie up some loose ends. The first of which is here in the castle. So if you happen to remember the bar area, one thing I can point out is we have 365 BP, but there are 368 max. So the question is, did we miss some BP, or is there actually one final mission? Because if you remember, we did not actually get the achievement yet for completing all the quests for the Bracer Guild. Olivier, Estelle, Joshua, I heard from Cassius that you become full-class bracers. Well done, well done. If you remember the whole thing about, oh no, an Aerobian in the castle, this should be setting off some flags. Congratulations, my dear little pussycats. Can you just go with thanks. Olivier, what brings you here? I heard you were invited to tonight's celebratory banquet, but, well, I didn't think you'd be here already. Yeah, seriously. What's a guy who loves parties doing drinking alone in a quiet place like this? Better be careful, or some people might start thinking you're an imposter. The news of you two becoming full-fledged bracers filled my heart almost to bursting. So much so that I saw no recourse but to hold an impromptu concert in front of the Grand Arena. If only you'd witnessed the unbridled excitement I inspired in my legion of fans. Right. Makes me think of the performance at the Hawking Gate. Indeed, and such a public explosion of passion left me drained, so I wandered here for a quiet place to drink and brood. Me, in restless dreams, walking alone, sharing the drink they call loneliness. Before you sits the beauty and the beast that is man. I can't make those words fit together into anything resembling sense. Yeah, about your reunion with my dad. You apparently have something you need to talk about with him, don't you? I do? You do. As a matter of fact, it seemed to me as though Dad already knew who you were. Inconceivable, my pretty kitty. Surely a man like him and a man such as I would have little need to spread our wings and fly. Yeah, he definitely knows something. He's acting weird, even for him. Definitely, there's more to the story for sure. Pups, forget about the worries on your mind. Come, dance to the beat of the rhythm of the night. Let the sounds of our feet and our laughter chase away those lurking twin trolls, forgotten past and unknown future. So let's go on over to the Aerobian embassy and see what exactly is going on. But that is the start of the final mission. As for the other thing we need to do, we also have to pick up the final issue of the Liberal News. And I will create a separate video going over those like I did the Carnelia. Okay, we finally made it to the rest area. We're gonna keep looking around. I thought I could cut through here, but... there we go. Okay, now we need to get to the Aerobian embassy. Okay, so talking to Olivier actually causes the embassy mission to appear here. Client Mueller, pay 2,000 mirror, difficulty low. I would like someone to find and detain one blonde-haired, self-proclaimed musician wearing a white coat who was thought to be arriving in the royal city by eventide today. So, it's time to go detain a certain Aerobian. Kinda harsh calling him a whole self-proclaimed musician and everything, but... I guess if anyone knows him best, it'd be Mueller, right? Estelle, Joshua, it is the birthday celebration. What a waste it would be if we were not to enjoy it, no? Joshua, I think he's the guy. Without question. I have it. Why don't you join me in a little afternoon delight? Just you, and I. Doesn't that sound divine? Come now, do say yes. Funny you asked. We were just talking to this guy who asked us the same thing, and we said, we have this friend whom you would probably just love to talk to. Did you really now? Honest to goodness. Absolutely. Would you like us to introduce him to you? I would most love that. Please, lead the way. Are we back at the Bracer Guild? Don't get your neckerchief in a knot. Elnan's calling over our guest, you see? Yes, yes. The interested party has been successfully contacted, and should be arriving here shortly. I imagine she simply can't bear waiting for the opportunity to meet me. Tell me, have I made this kitten's acquaintance before, or is this to be our first meowing? Oh, I believe this kitten knows you and really wants to see you. Haha, kittens in Grancel. Perhaps it's Shara, perhaps even Karna or Annalise. No, I must not discount the possibility that it might be Mayor Maybelle, or maybe even dear sweet Leela. Surely it's not Princess Claudia or Tita. That's, well, let's just say you have got one hell of an imagination. It seems that our guest is already here. Is she now? My dearest, come in. With that kind of welcome, who am I to refuse? What? Looks like you've done what I asked, then. I appreciate it. On behalf of the Imperial Embassy, I thank you. That's not necessary. It was Olivier who was really eager to oblige you. I don't remember being present in that discussion. But does that mean you're the kitten who wished to see me? What are you smoking? Her Royal Majesty the Queen directly invited you to tonight's banquet, so I'm not about to tell you you can't go. But I know you, and I know you're going to get in trouble if you're not properly chaperoned. So I'm keeping a close eye on you until dinner time, and you're going to like it. Estelle, Joshua, you tricked me! Don't blame your bad hearing on us. You were the one who decided it was a woman. We never said a word. Now then, evening swiftly approaches. There's a lot of paperwork to fill out, and you're going to do it. So, let's get back to the embassy, shall we? No! Well, case closed, I guess. Since that concludes your investigation, allow me to give you your rightful reward. Your proper bracer notebooks are not ready yet, so I'd like you to throw this note this in your junior one. The embassy mission. We are now at 368. Boom, boom, and boom. I feel a little guilty about this request, but okay. Now, why don't we get back to the birthday celebration? Sounds good. And once we checked everything out, we can go to the rest area in the eastern block. Okay, I'm going to put a small break here, and then we will continue the victory lap. See you in a second. With Olivier out of the way, now we just have to find the others. So, Zane. Hey, you two. Zane, what's your next move? Back to the Republic? I'm in no rush. There doesn't seem to be any crisis in the Republic so bad that I absolutely have to be there for it. Besides, this country is full of fine opportunities for from your Bracer Guild. As long as I'm here, it'd be a waste to leave without testing my mettle a bit more. Fine opponents? Who do you have in mind? For starters, you've got Agate, the so-called Heavy Blade, not to mention your Silver Streak, Sherazard. And who could forget? The champions of this year's martial arts competition, perhaps the strongest of them all. Zane, that's so sweet! But don't think it means I'll go any easier on you. And don't you hold back on us. It's on, man! She doesn't speak for both of us. Feel free to hold back if you'd like. In fact, I might even prefer it. The martial arts tournament. Give me a good opportunity to hone my skills. And if Zane the Immovable made an appearance there, why don't you try to get in next year, Agate? Maybe, it might be nice. But it's become such a circus, and I don't like doing tricks for a crowd. Whatever floats your boat. I forgot who this guy is, but I would have never guessed Colonel Richard planned a coup d'etat. Everything he said in that magazine interview was all just propaganda, all just lies. I'm utterly shocked. Right. You did a remarkable job. Based on your performance, I'd say you two are already fine full-fledged bracers. never forget, these are only the first steps in your career. Thank you, sir. So, Kurt, are you feeling any better? I'm fine, just fine. I remember just about everything, except the identity of the bastard who erased my memories. That's the only missing piece. Welcome back, brave heroes. Grant, you guys were amazing. Better than any other junior bracers I've met, that's for damn sure. Yay us. Me couldn't have done it without everyone's help, though. I mean, my dad ended up saving my butt in there, so I'm not exactly solo heroine material. You guys are something else. Guess this makes us partners. Here's to us. Okay, Karna, Annalise, Shara, Tita, and Claudia/Chloe. We need to still find them. Nothing there. There's a couple faces. I usually don't shop in places like this. Shares are an analyst wouldn't stop going on and on about it then, so I had to check it out. Well, hello there. What you doing, Shara? Shopping with colleagues. Been long overdue for a nice shopping trip, after all. I don't get much of a chance these days. When I was little, I remember we used to take us shopping all the time. It was fun. That's right, when your dad was gone, the three of us used to go out all the time. You know, once we got back to Roland, we'll say we do a little shopping together for old time's sake. I can buy you an outfit as a congratulatory gift. Really? I'd love to. Let's set a date then. Annalise. Why so serious? It's just, this is the first time I've had a chance to work with you like this. But you two really do a nice job of covering one another, if you know what I mean. Well, we're around each other all the time, so we've gotten pretty used to each other's styles, I guess. Hello? Anybody home up there? Read between the lines, you doofus. Guess I just gotta come out and say it. Whispered into Estelle's ear. I think you two make a very cute couple. What? Don't be embarrassed. It's plain to see with the way you look at each other. I'm jealous. I mean, I'd kill for a cute boyfriend like him. Something wrong, ladies? Okay, so that crosses Shara off the list. Tita and Chloe. That's the way we came. The rest area is over there. Wonder if they're in the castle. I may just cut to wherever I find them, we'll see. If you're wondering, I already checked the Orbital Factory. Estelle, Joshua, Jill, long time no see. Heard about your adventures from Chloe. Sounds like you guys have been busy. Ruby Knight Julius indeed. Estelle, Joshua, Chloe, there you are. Yeah, I heard that Jill and Hans were here, so I sneaked out of the castle and came to see them. You sure do know how to act unprincessy. But of course, and I wanted to thank you too. You've been nothing but helpful at every turn. Yeah, it's totally all you. We learned a whole bunch just from being around you. You taught us all about kindness and courtesy and strength of spirit and all that other junk. Not that's actually junk. I'm just so bad at this. What I'm trying to say is, that's what friends do, so believe me, new things are necessary. Still, I'm so glad to see you again. Hey Joshua, Hans, what brings you here? What brings me here? What brings me here? All this time, and that's the first question out of your mouth? Do you know how lonely all my nights have been? Do you? I never forget you, Joshua. I came running all this way to the capital to see you. But where's the princess outfit? Still the same as ever, I see. Damn straight. It's like you've been through a lot, but you certainly seem as full of energy as ever, thankfully. Next time you're in Ruin, be sure to stop by the school, okay? Damn it, I want to talk to Dumbledore over here. Nice to see you. It's been a long time. Jill and Hans have come to the capital as school representatives. Now... check the west block and see if we can find Tita. She's the only one left, and I already checked the Orbital Factory, which would be the first place I'd look for her, to be honest. Bingo. Dear me, I'm too old to be living on the lam. Were you okay, being left on your own with Agate? Absolutely fine. He was very courteous and mindful of my needs. He even made sure to plan out our daily routes so as not to wear me down too much. I haven't had any complaints about Agate at all. Oh. He's no Cassius, of course, but I am still grateful to him. Estelle, Joshua. Wow, Tita, you look happy. Grandpa promised me we could have some ice cream. Ice cream? Ice cream is good. You bet it is. I asked Agate to come too, but he said he didn't want to. Agate eating ice cream? I'd pay good money to see that. I bet he'd like it if he tried it, though. And is this someone we know? Someone from the newspaper, I guess. Oops. I don't remember, did I get this yet or no? Oh well, last stab at trying to get the recipe achievement. Still don't know which one I missed. I was shocked when I heard Colonel Richard had tried to stage a coup d'etat. I'm just glad I was stopped before it actually got started. And this all thanks to the Royal Guard and the Bracers. I went to talk to Dorothy. Hey, it's Estelle and Joshua. You know, Niall was telling me something interesting. He said the story's going to win us the Pulitzer Prize. The what now? Don't you mean the Shh! Do you want to get sued? The Pulitzer is an annual award presented to the very best examples of journalism, literature, and music. There's no higher honor for any reporter. Well, good for you then, I guess. It's actually all thanks to you two. Here's my whole story. And a little bit of fourth wall breaking. Joshua, Estelle, great job. Our special coup edition has been flying off the stands. There is a ton of buzz right now about your little stunt. Sorry I couldn't get you guys some fame from it. The guild made me withhold your names. Biggest scoop of my career, you guys. You did really good. And that's really all we need. It's time to go to the rest area and wrap up the first chapter. So, if you have any thoughts or opinions about the game, go ahead and leave it in the comments. I will reply. No pressure if you don't have time or anything, etc., etc. But this is where we will be wrapping things up. You look pretty tired. You want to sit down and take a break for a little bit? Walking all over the place like that really can take it out of you. Let's get off our feet for a minute then. For the moment at least, Gretzel seems like it's genuinely at peace. You really think so? I'm just glad that we can leave it all up to Dad and everyone else, at least for today. Of course, I really think it should be his responsibility to begin with, since he showed up so late. I suppose so. Maybe it's just part of his nature. Oh well, it's not like we can do anything about it. Hey, we're actually full bracers now. Which means we're not beholden to any specific branch and can go wherever we want. Anytime a branch is shorthanded and requests help, we'll just take an airliner to get there. But our newfound freedom will also mean greater responsibilities. Whatever you say, Spider-Man. Sure, but I think we'll be able to handle it. I mean, hey, we actually played a major part in stopping a coup. It means I'll never have to hear Dad going on about how worrisome when you're not around to keep an eye on me. Yeah, I think his days of saying that are at an end. You really showed him what you can do. Still, I think I'd like to stay with you from now on. Huh? Would I just get on your nerves? No, nothing like that. But what do you mean by stay with me? Just that we know each other so well and we can practically read each other's minds. I think we make a good team and I'd hate to break it up. Oh, you mean like for bracer business? I was thinking you were going to tell me your big confession or something. What? Nothing, forget I said anything. Estelle, what was that all? Boy, it sure is hot out today, huh? And there's nothing to beat hot weather like ice cream, huh? I'll even treat, so you wait right here. Oh. there's an ice cream stand over that way. I wonder if she... Nah, there's no way. My, but I do envy your youth something. There's something wrong there, but whatever. Professor Alba. It's been a long time since we last met, hasn't it? So much has happened lately, but things are finally settling down again. People truly thrive the most in peaceful times. Something the matter? You look a bit pale. I would have thought you'd generally be in better spirits now that you've attained full bracer status. Speaking of which, I truly must congratulate you on your success. So long as, of course, I'm not being too forward in doing so. Ever since we first met, you always made me really uncomfortable. I'm a little more used to you now, but I still get the shakes a little bit whenever you look at me. Oh? In all the cases we've dealt with, there have been people who just forget things. You're always there investigating, no matter where we've gone. Your timing's almost a little too good. What really clued me in was Kurt's reaction. He lost his memories too. He said he wasn't feeling so well when he was in the stands. And you were right there with him. Professor Alba, was it you? Impressive. Even with your cognizance and recollection being puppeteered, you were still able to piece it all together. Indeed it was I. Allow me to clear away your confusion. Oh. You're... So you finally remember me, do you? When your heart was in tatters, it was I who rebuilt it. I who restored it. It was I who poured a soul back into that empty vessel. You have the power to twist the minds and memories of men. The 7 snake apostles, the Anguis, you're one of them. Weissman the Faceless. I have not heard that name pass your lips in ages. Enforcer, Legion 13. The Black Fang, Joshua Astray. You were behind all of this. Which means that Lieutenant Lawrence has to be... It is as you surmise. I was kind enough not to erase your memories of him. I'm not surprised you were able to make the connection so quickly. I'm sure he'd be pleased to know you were thinking of him. So, you're here to finish me off? Nothing of the sort. The first phase of our plan went off without a hitch. Since I have a moment to spare, I simply thought I'd come to see you. First phase. The seal in the old ruins. The gate which blocks the path to the ring. Wrenching it open was but the first step of many. And already there exists no means of closing it again. I knew this wouldn't be the end of it. But the hell is the Shining Ring? And just what is your little society after? If you really wish to know, why don't you rejoin? I'm certain that you'd be able to return to active duty in no time. You needn't look so glum. We can get you back into fighting form. Please, spare me your withering looks. I do understand that you have a family now whom you regard as important. You greatly admire your father, to say nothing of the girl you so adore. Even with him on our side, throwing those gifts away would be the actions of an idiot. And so I've come here to see you. I came to offer you true freedom from our association as thanks for the integral role you played so perfectly. Which means that I must congratulate you, Joshua. You are already a free man. I am most grateful for the work that you've done over the past 5 years. What? Don't be so boring. I was expecting a bit more cheer out of you at hearing such news. Perhaps there's a flaw in the design of your emotions. I've been helping you? What kind of bullshit are you expecting me to swallow? Pardon me, I completely forgot to tell you. I never intended you to be an assassin, but rather a spy. The society abandoned you. We played on the pities of a noble-hearted man, and it worked. You were given a loving home. While you were there, our contacts would check in on you from time to time, and you tell them everything. We were particularly interested in your reports on the movements of the Bracer Guild, as well as your intel on one Cassius Bright. But of course, you wouldn't remember having done things such as that. You were not yourself at the time. Cassius Bright, S-ranked Bracer. He was the foremost impediment to the success of this plan. We felt certain he would be quick to act in order to stop any coup d'etat that should occur. But through a detailed analysis of his behavioral patterns, we finally devised a plan that would lead him out of the country and out of our way. The intel you've unknowingly been feeding us has been most useful indeed. No. And so I must thank you again. The past 5 years have been of inestimable help. No, you're lying. You have to be lying. All that time I spent with Estelle. Why are you so sad? Has your feigned ignorance not earned you a beloved family as well as a happy home? If you say nothing, they will never know. However, it is the sort of thing that might weigh heavily on a fellow. Since your fellow members of the Bright household are such good people, perhaps a little too good for a monster such as yourself. However much you may model your behavior after a normal, decent person, you are no such thing. You must surely have noticed your ability to reason through and execute a solution to a problem no matter the circumstances. Your physical strength and reflexes, better than an entire squadron of normal soldiers. You are my greatest creation, my human weapon. That is who and what you truly are, the Black Fang. You have no place in the lives of normal people. You'll never be happy in their presence again. You can't be. When it becomes too much for you, you are always welcome to return to the Great Master Society of Souls, back to Ouroboros. Is this my punishment? My sister, and lo, what do I do? I don't know how to face him after all that, but I've kept him waiting for way too long. It's getting late, too. I'm such an idiot. I need to learn to think before I open my mouth. I wonder if Joshua's figured me out. Gotta cool down. I feel like I'm stuck in perma-blush mode. Ah, Stella, I thought I might find you around here somewhere. Hi, Professor Alba. Fancy seeing you here. Indeed. I was actually just speaking with Joshua. Congratulations on your promotion to full bracer status. Thanks. Is something wrong? I don't know. Something just seems different about you. What's got you looking so cheerful? Okay, you've got me. To tell the truth, I made several major advances in my archaeological research. You might say that it's put me in a good mood. That's awesome. Sorry, the ice cream's going to melt, so I better get going. I'll see you later. I see, Cassius Bright's daughter. I think she's going to be quite a lot of fun. Hey, sorry it took so long. It was super crowded there, but I have returned with our valuable loot. Cool, thanks. Now we can eat like kings. Yeah, so about earlier. Yeah, I want to apologize for that. I didn't mean to be so vague. Just wasn't an appropriate time for confessions, you know? Sure. I didn't really mind so much. Well, when I gave it some more thought, it seemed kind of silly to try and rush things. We may be full bracers now, but that just means we have different work to focus on. We might really have to consider our future prospects. Right. If we get married, we'll have to think about raising children. I've got to stop getting so far ahead of myself. Well, it's evening already, so why don't we eat our ice cream on the way back? Everyone's probably waiting for us. Hey, Joshua? What is it? Did you have something you wanted to discuss about the future? No, what would give you that idea? Come on, let's just get back to the castle. What's wrong, Estella? You've been completely on edge for a while now. Something on your mind? Yeah. Shara? Did you think Joshua was acting weird at dinner? If anyone was acting weird, I'd say it was you. He was as calm as he ever is. Yeah, but... Aha! I see. I get it. Get what? You can't keep secrets from me. I had a feeling about it, but I was wondering if you ever admitted to yourself. You're kind of falling for Joshua, aren't you? You can tell? It's pretty obvious. Sorry, hon. But I'm guessing you haven't told him anything about this. No? Joshua's always picking on me, telling me what a dope I am. Not that I should be criticizing anyone, I guess. You're so naive. It's a wonder how you lasted this long. You need to learn to look a little deeper. Big sister is ready to begin your education in love, Estelle. I'm never asking you for advice again. Just kidding, I'm sorry. I don't mean to tease. But you guys set out just when puberty was about to hit. It's only logical that you'd start picking up on feelings for each other. You think so? Traveling together just seems like such a petty reason for that kind of thing. Guess I've got a little more self-aware since we started all this. This isn't like me at all. You're the proverbial flower that refuses to blossom. Every girl feels that way. Shara, I don't want to lecture you or talk about this with you if you're not ready. But if you are, then let's say we have ourselves some girl talk, Would it help if I told you your fortune? Yeah, okay. I promise I'll listen to whatever you have to say. Okay? Alright, time for your lesson, my protege. Oh, Estelle, Big Sister has moved to tears, until that tower card pops out. On second thought, never mind. But thank you, I do feel a little better. I'm gonna go see Joshua for a little bit. Oh? You're going to tell him? Not about that. There really does seem to be something weird going on with him. I want to see what that's about first. Aw. Well, you do seem to know him better than anyone else. I'm sure that everything will turn out just fine between you two. Maybe you can even have a nice, calm discussion with him and be open about what's on your mind. I don't think I'm quite that ready yet. Okay, I'll see you later. I'm guessing he's gone. Young love. He'll probably be fine. They're not here. Yeah, Dad's still in some meeting, I think. Where's Joshua? Joshua? He's out playing somewhere then. Let's head up to the terrace. Okay, I can get to it from... Wasn't sure on which side I was on, to be honest. Okay, here he is. Hey, Estelle. Nice night, isn't it? Yeah. There's that song again. The Whereabouts of Light. I've lost a lot, but this song and this harmonica have always been with me. I've been thinking about why I play it. Maybe it's a habit I should quit. I think I want to tell you what I was doing before I met you. Joshua. Okay. This may take a while, do you mind? Not at all, I'll listen to whatever you have to say. Thank you. Once upon a time, there lived a little boy all by himself. He was the timid sort, relying on the kindness of others without a single redeeming trait. But he had people he cared about with him, so he was happy. But one day, something happened that broke his heart. He forgot how to speak, to feel, even to eat. All he could do was play his harmonica. No matter how hard his caretaker tried, nothing helped his heart to mend, and he grew weaker by the day. One day, a wandering magician appeared before the boy. I will heal the boy's heart for you, he said, provided, of course, I am compensated. And so the boy is given over into the magician's care. As he attempted to piece the broken heart back together, the magician found that he could shape the boy's existence into anything he wished. And And so the boy's new heart became that of a murderer. For 2 years, the boy killed every single day. Under the cover of night, he murdered dozens of soldiers. He slit the throat of a national cabinet minister, who was under heavily armed guard. Sometimes he used explosives, which maimed and killed innocent bystanders. At some point, he became regarded as something more than a mere killer. He was known as the Black Fang, and the name struck fear into the hearts of men. One day, the magician gave the boy an assassination order. His target was a hero, a man who had protected his queen and nation from the threat of an invading northern country. He was a bracer who held a special rank shared only by 3 others in the entire land. But the target was too strong. He defeated the boy with all the ease of a tiger swatting at a playful cub. At that moment, some of the magician's servants showed up. Since the boy's face had been seen, he was now a loose end to be tied up. But someone came to his aid and drove the attackers away. It was, of course, the man he had come to kill. And so the boy was taken to the man's house where he met a young girl. He lived there for 5 years, always feeling like he was lost in some wonderful dream. In the real world, he would never be allowed to have such dreams. But all dreams must end at some point. The time was drawing near when reality could be avoided no longer. And that's the end of my story. Thank you for being patient with me and listening. Was all that real? Every syllable. My heart is broken. My hands will always be stained with blood. I failed in the assassination of your father. I've been betraying you for a long time. The boy can't be saved from his real purpose. His presence alone seems to bring disaster and misery. He's just tainted. But the boy set out on a journey, in hopes that he may keep his misfortunes from the ones he holds dear. He will find and stop the foul magician who created the life he has led. That's the last remnant of my human heart. I won't be needing it anymore, but I want you to take it. It's hardly an adequate way to thank you for the last 5 years, but I can't think of anything better. I said stop it. Stop talking about it like it's a dream. Make it sound like nothing that's happened was even real to you. What difference does the past make? Your heart is broken? What does that even mean? Estelle? Look at me. Look into my eyes. They've always seen that boy. In good times and bad. No matter how much the boy was hurting, I always saw how hard he'd keep holding on. Joshua, I love you. You can't just leave me on my own. My feelings won't just go away when you do. I won't let you. Estelle? Oh. Joshua. What was that? It's so bitter. It's just a fast-acting sedative. Don't worry, there are no side effects. Oh. Why? Why did you... My Estelle, you shine like the sun. My time with you was the happiest and the most painful I've ever known. Just as the brightest light casts the darkest shadow. If you stayed with me, you'd find out just how disgusting my true nature is. Sometimes I think it would have been better if we'd never met. No. But this time is different. I'm grateful that you came to see me. I hate that I have to run from a girl who's so important to me, but it's all I can do. But I want you to know that I'll always be thinking of you. Joshua? Joshua. Thank you for everything. You had me from the first moment I met you. I've always loved you. Goodbye, Estelle. That's the end of the first chapter.